Excited to see the Baylor Bears take on the Texas Longhorns today. It is the 106th meeting between these two, and Baylor trying to get a win, the first of the year, against the Longhorns, who have a few already this season. They've played a little better than Baylor has so far this year. Welcome to Baylor Game Day, live in Touchdown Alley. I'm Troy Hein, pleased as always to be joined by Terrence Ganaway, and we've sent out for another tie for you, just so you're aware.
I forgot that we were playing the Longhorns today for some reason.
And welcome into week 2 of the Extra Point. I'm Troy Hein. He's Taylor Williamson. We've got a full show tonight and some great highlights for you. Let's start with the Midway Panthers. What a great win last week for those guys.
Great win last week. They'd looked to build on it, trying to get to 2-0. They got the team to do it.
Yeah, they do. So tonight, hosting Cedar Ridge. They beat Cedar Park last week, a team that thumped them in the opening week a season ago.
A lot of Cedars.
Yeah, a lot of Cedars down there. We get very confused. Luckily, I think they've kept them all straight over there at Midway. First quarter, Ezekiel Koss throwing, but it's Grant Graves that makes the catch. He plays for Midway. Look at the run back. Pretty good block in the back there, too. But a nice return, and Midway's in business. That would set up this. Tanner Mordecai, the quick toss to Deontay Thomas. And look at Thomas. That guy missed him. Whiffed, in fact. And then he cuts back and slips through another tackle. He's in for the touchdown. 7-0 Midway in the first quarter over Cedar Ridge tonight. Second quarter, watch this throw. This is why he's an Oklahoma Sooner to beat. Tanner Mordecai says, go deep, buddy. Rolling to his left, chucks it down the field, and that's a great throw to C.J. Williams for the touchdown. 14-0 Midway on top of Cedar Ridge. Cedar Ridge would answer in the first half. Cost this time to Jalen Ellis, and Ellis gets behind the defense, makes the catch for the touchdown. They would miss the extra point, however. It was 14-6 Midway at the half tonight over at Panther Stadium. So we go to the third quarter now. Cedar Ridge on their own 40. They hand it off to Simi Bakari. And Bakari, through that Midway defense, goes 60 yards for the touchdown run. They go for 2 and don't get it, so Midway's still up 14-12 at that point. And they were trying to put it in the way. Fourth quarter, James Fulbright. Look at Fulbright. He ran by one guy, just ran over that guy, and forget it. He's just not going to. Look at those legs. He's not going down.
No, not easily.
Midway goes up 28-12. They go on to win tonight, 34-19 your final. Jeff Hume and company 2-0 after 2 impressive wins.
You know, I think it goes along with.
Yeah, the team is ready. Fans are ready. There are a bunch of them here, and this is an exciting anywhere but there, buddy. This is an exciting night for the Baylor Bears. They are ready to go in the Sweet 16. They play South Carolina tonight. And what's interesting is that South Carolina plays defense a lot like West Virginia. We've seen that twice this year in Big 12 play, so the Baylor Bears are ready for that. Jonathan Motley reiterated basically what his coach said earlier in the week. Inside the paint is where this game is going to be won and lost, and J-Mott says the Bears are ready to get after it in the paint.
They do an awesome job of limiting paint points, and we do a great job of getting paint points. So it's going to be definitely an interesting game. Very tough. We're both a great offensive and defensive rebounding team. So it's definitely going to be a real tough and physical game for sure.
All right, I found some impartial fans here. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to win tonight?
Baylor!
Yeah, I think Go Bears is the sentiment here tonight. We'll be back in about a half hour with more on the game. Guys, back to you. Well, here we are at the Ford Center at the Star, Big 12 Media Days. Today, day 2, and it was the day that Baylor and Texas took center stage. Texas, bright and early this morning, Tom Herman, one of the first to speak. We'll hear about from him in just a moment. And then Baylor and Matt Rule, who did a nice job today, I think, of getting folks here at the Big 12 to understand what Baylor's been doing off the football field to get ready for this upcoming season, and changing the culture was a big theme in what he talked about today. As for the things going on the field for the Baylor Bears, one big question heading into this fall camp and this season is the quarterback spot. Who's going to win the starting job? There are 3 guys trying to win that job right now. Anu Solomon, who transferred from Arizona, Zach Smith, and Charlie Brewer. And as of right now, Matt Rule says he doesn't know who's going to start this season.
The quarterback battle, I feel all good about all 3 of them.
All right, Taylor Williamson joining me now here at Media Days, and that was a little ambiguous. We didn't get much out of Matt Rule there.
It was very ambiguous, Troy. Yeah, Coach Rule playing.
Everybody will be happy if they're throwing touchdowns.
We'll get some more clarity here soon, but it sounds like they're going to have a good starter regardless of who's picked.
And it sounds like fun competition in camp. All right, Taylor Williamson, thank you so much. When we talk about Texas and Tom Herman, he talked about his quarterback situation too. Texas had a very up and down year last year, but one of the bright spots, freshman Shane Buechele, who was the starting quarterback for the Longhorns, Tom Herman has taken over, and that's his guy as of right now, and he says Shane has done a nice job to be even better this year.
Shane has done this year we've challenged him.
All right, now an update from the USGA Junior Amateur Championship, and William Pacey from Temple having a better day than he had yesterday, but it looks like with a couple of holes left, he's going to miss the cut. He will not play in the match play portion of the USGA Championship up there in Kansas, so a tough week for William Pacey. All right, that's it for sports here at the Ford Center at Big 12 Media Days, News 10 at 6. We'll be right back. Tonight's 2A Division I State Championship game was a battle of traditional powers. Mart, a program with a storied history, hoping to add another state title, and standing in their way tonight, Refugio, the defending state champs, and another program with great history over the years, and these two teams played a heck of a football game tonight. First play of the game from scrimmage, and Refugio scores. Jared Kelly to Jamel LaFond, and he's gone. Touchdown, Refugio. They're up 7-0. They would make it 14-0 early in the first quarter, and Mart's in trouble. But here come the Panthers. Shatedrick Bailey up the middle and gone. That long touchdown made it 14-7. The Panthers start clawing their way back. And then later, still in the first half, the fake field goal. What a gutsy call by Kevin Hoffman. Jace Terry to Shatedrick Bailey. That's another touchdown. We're tied at 14, and the Panthers have all the momentum. And then right before the half, Jace Terry going to throw this one up and throw it deep to Jalen Curvin, and Curvin makes the catch. He's all by himself, and look at the moves after the catch. He gets down at the 1. They would punch it in one play later, and it was 21-14 Mart with the lead at halftime in Arlington. Second half, they get it on a 4th down, and then this. Jalen Curvin, the catch from Jace Terry. They hook up twice on the drive. That makes it 28-14, and Mart is now in control. And speaking of being in control, Terry, the 64-yard touchdown run, you saw it at the top of the show. Mart tonight puts this one away. They win 34-21, 6th state championship in program history.
Lost the first game.
Congratulations to the Mart Panthers tonight. All right, earlier today, Jonesboro getting a rematch with Borden County in the 1A title game, hoping to get a win, and things started off really well for Jonesboro as Ethan Liljal throws to Trevor Sellers, and he gets the touchdown. It was 8-0. And then late in the first quarter, tied at 8, Wyatt Young gets it, and Young goes through that Borden County defense and off to the races. He's gone for the touchdown. Unfortunately for Jonesboro, Borden County really rallied in the second quarter in the second half, and a tough loss for Jonesboro. They fall today 60-22 to the same team for the second straight year.
I've put in a lot of time, a lot of hard work, and you know, it's a blessing to coach these guys, and you know, we ask a lot out of them, and they put out a lot for us.
Today was the first ever early signing day for college football. For Baylor, it worked out well. The Bears got 20 total signees, a group ranging in position. Matt Rule and his coaches signed a QB, some big guys on the lines, and plenty of new faces in the defensive backfield, and that's a huge plus this offseason.
Excited about the versatility that they bring. A lot of players on offense, especially on the offensive line. You know, to allow us to have, you know, really to sort of replenish that offensive line group that was decimated upon our arrival, and to have the guys that were here last year's class and this class, I think is really important to get some safety help, especially at the mid-year.
Speaking of Baylor, the Bears finishing non-conference play on the hardwood tonight against Southern, trying to get one last win before Christmas. Southern came out firing as Dallas native Jamar Sandifer knocks down the 3, but after that it was all Baylor tonight. Joe Lawal-Achuil coming up defensively with the block. They get a bucket in transition as Jake Lindsey scores. Baylor has no trouble tonight. They win 80-60. They take momentum into Big 12 play. News 10 at 10. We'll be right back.
Which is where we find our own Troy Hein, who's got more on this evening's contest. Troy?
Well, Taylor, it's going to be a heck of a football game. I think everybody expects that, although this may not be the game that all the experts thought would be the state championship game at the 6A level, Division II, when the season began. Cy-Fair is really good. Jeff Hume says this team has been solid all year. They have an impressive resume. So does Midway. What a great season it's been. The offense has been tremendous, and they may have to be tremendous again today to win a state championship. They may have to light up the scoreboard, as Jeff Hume says. Keith Knowles just moments ago told me his football team, his defense, they're ready to go. And they're excited. These Midway players know not only can they win a state championship tonight, but they can build a legacy that nobody at Midway has ever been able to build before.
Well, it's definitely been on our minds so far, but now
To us.
You know, one thing that works in their favor is they did play here at AT&T Stadium already this postseason in the second round. They beat Byron Nelson right here in Jerry World, so they'll try to do it again tonight, and this time win a 6A Division II state championship over Cy-Fair. We'll have all the highlights coming up for you tonight on the news at 10. Live at AT&T Stadium, I'm Troy Hein, News 10 Sports. Taylor?